And hey there, everybody. Nice to see you. It is episode 16 of Project 2 of the Joy of Functional Game Dev. The tag on the GitHub release is v0.15. There was no work in between episodes 15 and 16. Let's move on. Alright, onto the Trello board. I had a couple of ideas regarding what I wanted to do. And the Don't Go Off the World's Edge, which we have working, I don't want to do it the way that we currently have it. Because as we recall, you can keep right on going until you hit the edge, and then you can go no further. Just like so. See, there's the edge. And that's fine. It works that way. But I don't want to have an edge. I want this end to go and keep going on back on the other edge. So I want what they call a toroidal world. So basically there are a couple things that we need to find out so that we can do that correctly. Alright, well, let's get going with that. So cell location. I'm going to also give some locations wrapped. We have a world size. Which is also a cell location. And it can be some location. I'll go interactive. So I'm going to go -1 modulo 255. Okay, gives me a -1. So see, 255 modulo. Sorry, it's modulo 256, but like 257 modulo 256. That will give me 1. So my negative values I have to increase. So I always say that it's very Microsoft platform kind of thing. Every time I do a modulo, so we'll do it this way. First column to second column. See, what I'd really like to be able to do is this. Modulo world size dot column. Of course, that's going to be divided by 1 cell because we have to get rid of the unit, otherwise we wind up with that's right, divided by 1 cell. And Alright, we're going to do it in pieces. So, let column equal first dot column plus second dot column. Then we're going to divide by modulo. what unit do I get? I do get int cell. Alright. So that, oh, because I'm not dividing, I'm moduloing. So, alright. Do the same thing for row. Take row, your boat, because we have a boat game. That's kind of funny. And then column equal column less than 0 cell if column less than 0 cell, then column plus world size column else column. It's not columns, it's column. And row equals pretty much the same thing. Take the row, row is less than 0 cell, then row, else row. Now what are you complaining about? Don't say we give it. What are you talking about? It's right there. If I build you, you're gonna. Okay. What don't you like? Well, scale. This looks like a job for parentheses. Who knows? Sure. All right. So some locations, which should be some locations wrapped. All right. So I need to have my world size be in here. This is for rendering. Map columns, map rows. I'm going to let world size equal column map columns, row equal map rows. So now I got world size in its own thing there. I think I'm going to make all of these things do a I'm not going to actually change these. I'm going to make a wrapped version of these. So let's set terrain wrapped world size, which is a cell location, and the rest of it is this. And we're going to do something with the stat. We're going to do map terrain, cell map. It's going to be cell location. I guess I just need to I just have a function called wrap location. Size, location, and location, which is set location, equals. Chop that out. And if location.column. Yes, this is a much more, this is a much, it's a much more functional way to do this. Now we're back on the right track. Okay, so now it does that stuff, and really this could be a wrap wrap dimension. And actually, it will be let wrap dimension size and dimension value, because it's really this is wrap dimension. If this is dimension value, let's have to do the modulo. So it's actually let new dimension value equal dimension value modulo the thing dimension size, and the new dimension value. View. And wrap the location. So I can do this all in one thing. Location dot column wrap dimension world size dot column. And this one will be with row. Then really, so this one takes a cell location, spits out a cell location. So if I sub my locations, first and second, then I have a location, and then I wrap it. And I send my locations out. Well, how lovely is that? And then everything does one little thing, just as it should. So set location wrapped can be, that one can just be a wrap location, right? So it's wrap location world size. Oh, gotta build. Gotta keep it building, right? So Set terrain wrap does that. Now we're going to set visible wrapped. Now let's just copy you. Set visible wrapped. And all that does is it sends set visible cell location wrap location world size. And solve that. That's cool. I'm going to have to refactor, rewrite things. Set object and set object wrapped. We're about to do something actually kind of cool. It's going to look a lot like set visible, except it's set object. It also needs a world size. So there's that location. I need the map object right in here. I'm going to do something real cool. All my map locations, that's my template. Place island. I'm going to use here's my map location. I don't want to, this is wrong. Some locations. Wait, what are my two? It's location delta. Location delta. And so some locations, so look, basically a location adder. So my place islands function, this thing goes through, here's my locations, here's and also here's this is wrap dimension. Actually, no. This is a to do. Okay, to do in a wrapped world distance. Is a little different because it's near one at is okay. Normally, if you're on just a screen, like if you're in a bitmap, normally if you're here, then the distance to there is the shortest distance to there is from here to here, and the shortest distance from here to here is there. But if you're here and there's one over here, this is not the shortest distance. This the distance that's here plus the distance here is the distance. So I'm going to need a slightly different distance formula. So all this does is place islands, and it sets visible and creates the world. So it generates islands. So one of the things we can do is I can just make this use set terrain wrapped, but now I'm going to have to also add world size. What I could also do is I could give myself a set terrain function, which takes a, so I disregard this. So it takes a cell location, map terrain, and that, and gives me one of those. Just take the signature and I'll use it from there. My set terrain func, which takes a cell location and a map terrain and a map cell, returns me, or cell map, returns me a cell map. So that's what this does. My location terrain. Instead of here, I say, so here's my set terrain func. But so now, my set terrain func needs to be, need to have this as a function. This island set terrain func. And now it's cool, but now I need a set terrain func. Getting passed up in there. Oh, not there. So create world needs a set terrain func. Set terrain func has to go right there. So now create world. So now the place where I'm using create world has to got a failure. Here we go. Expected to have a something, and that's going to be set terrain wrapped with world size. So now we create world, and we always make sure that we set terrain, and due to currying, we have a function that matches the signature, and create world needs to know nothing about wrapping. Yay! A victory for currying. I also need to update my visible flags, and I want to do kind of the same thing. Say I'm going to set visible func, which is about the same. It just doesn't set visible. It just doesn't have another thing. So I can actually take my set terrain func and throw it here. Call it a set visible func. We'll take out the map terrain because don't need it. So we just have a cell location. And so we have a set visible func. Okay. The thing is I think get player location. This still won't work because get player location is not wrapping. Map get player location. So it does, wait, it gets the player location. It finds, okay, no, that still works. You find the player location, and if you find it, then you take the visibility template and you set it visible. What did it do to keep things from going out the border? Oh, and this will just work. So this has the filter. So, okay. Lost my mind for a moment. Don't mind me. Update visibility flags, which needs a set visible func. Then we also need one of these. And this is set visible func. And then of course right here when we're creating it, we set visible wrapped world size. So now the thing here will be but now we need, because we're going to render, so we have to render the other side of the board. Render grid. No, it's when we draw it. Again, when we draw it, every single time. Update visible flags. Up, and we have an update visible flags. So I'm going to need another one of these. Another set visible func. Because we're sure not going to move the boat. Here's your set visible func. So we have to pass that up. Okay, and it doesn't know anything about wrapping. And we will actually just simplify this here. Boat wrapped. That's going to have the rest of the signature. Let's move boat with set visible wrapped world size delta and state. Move boat. Board. The word board. When I type BOA, my move boat wrapped. Then you are move boat wrapped now. So neat. Oh, but I do have to change my stuff here. I'm going to need I need a sum locations function. That's what this is, and this is where it all comes in. So I need the sum locations function. So I need this signature. Sum locations func, which is a cell location to a cell location to a cell location. So I need to replace some locations with that. So my next location will determine, so now it needs that. And we will also say it is set locations, right, some locations wrapped. And world size. Okay. So now, when moving, it should go off the one side and get onto the, I don't think it won't draw it yet that I'm aware of. I think I'm pretty sure I have to do something in order to make that work. So choose to go this way this time. There's an island. Come on, where are you? There's another island, that was nice. Fingers getting tired, and here we are. And so now, if I did this right, I should go off this side and show up on the other. And I did. I can go back and forth. But what I want is I want to see this, I want to see where I'm going here. Alright, so in my render cell, is it render cell? No. Is it render? I want to draw, nope. It's again, still event handler. It is event handler. And the idle says map location. So render location, render map, so render location. Go to you, definition. Oh, never mind. Map view cells. View cells. Oh, here's my map location. Oh, great. So now I get to do a some locations on here. So all I really have to do, because I've done this right, I just have to say, when I sum the locations, what do I have? I've got player location and map delta. Okay. And location, sum locations, func. Let's actually get a pipe in there. And that's going to be world, that's map delta. So there we are. So we're gonna have to pass the sum locations in there. So this has to get the sum locations function in there. It'll play state with that. Well, actually, I can also put that right here in my handle event, sum locations function, and that way I don't have to sum locations func. I can actually, I don't need a move boat wrapped. Put in a sum locations function on here. My handle key down. Here's my sum locations function. My move boat. Yes, sir. Put my sum locations function on there. Is it angry? Why is it still angry at me? Oh, I also need to set visible function. Ha ha ha. Need both of these. Alright, I'm opening. Okay, I got my worm can opener and opening my worm can. I end up passing a whole bunch of weird stuff. Worry not. And hey, while we're here, because we're starting, So maybe this one should take a move boat function. So these need, the keyboard event is last, and I need these two guys. I have a some locations function. Set visible func. All right. Put my handle key down will now be angry. I also need my set visible func. Somewhere, somebody is telling me that I'm doing something wrong. Visible func. Okay. So on that, the key down, I got some location set visible. But now, wherever my handle event function is, it's failing, and it's, oh no, because actually this is perfect. So now, oh, I've done it right. I've done this correctly, because now my good old handle event function will take a set or some locations wrapped world size and set visible wrapped world size, and then good old event pump. Well, event pump doesn't know anything. It knows it takes an event that gives me a T-state option. I didn't have to change this. This is, yes, did it right. But so, in event handler, when it's drawing the thing, map location, and then, so the render location is my, well, let's just see it. Go. Okay, so here we are. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How about we cheat? We're gonna cheat. I'm gonna create world function. Where are you? We're going to cheat. We're gonna set the column being 0 cell and the row being 0 cell. Put the boat at 0, 0. That way, we should see, should be on a complete field of water, and we are. So I can move that way. I can move that way. I should be able to move this way, go this way, go this way. I'm off. And yeah. So now, seamlessly wrapping the world. And the one little bit that remains is, I need, let's take that out. You know, we're gonna leave it. It is a test function. If ever I need, I don't need it. Get rid of it. Don't leave commented out code in your code. Because you're not saving it for anything. That's why you have source control. Of course, that's not saved in source control. It's also very trivial. And also I need a better pick place for the guy to go. So, but where is, I have that distance function. Where'd my distance function go? That's in my, when I'm creating an island, I need a distance formula. So my filter, what's it? Okay, so cell location is a what? So cell location. So it takes an array of cell locations and filters them down based on. So really, this takes a cell location and returns a bool. So what? Distance formula, formula. Um, Let distance formula. And we need to take a cell location to the cell location, and it needs to return a bool. This isn't really a distance formula. So this is a also. Island locations. So what? Island location. So where's the island location? I also need an island location. Island location. So for step one, I'm going to replace this call here with a maximum distance, with something that I can deal with. So I can just plug that in so that I can make it wrapped if I so desire. Then really I take these, take you out, put you in here. Okay, put that there. And really I want to have distance formula island location. So I want distance formula island distance and location. So now it should be okay. So now the distance formula will pass along this stuff, and I need it to be island distance or maximum distance rather than island distance, because now it is. And we'll rename these things. Let's call it first. Okay, let's call it first. And we'll call you second. I'll just call you maximum. And this one's actually the distance formula test. So let's rename it distance formula test. See, and then see the distance formula wrapped. Is a little bit different because it's really four distance formulas. So let distance formula test wrapped. I need a world size dot which is a cell location. And the rest of this signature is that. So what happens is I wind up with so I'm going to filter those. They all, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's going to be, what's the second one? What is the, does not matter, does it? That's a beautiful thing. Second with column equals second dot column plus world size. We'll do this. Okay, so we need to test second. We need to test second with column equal second dot column plus world size dot column. One, two, three. Put that on there, that on there. So it's going to be with row, row, row. And then this one is actually completely different. Okay, so now we have a list of 4 cell locations. And we have to going to do is sequence.fold. And this is going to be a very strange little fold. Fun result and location, which is going to give me result. And I think it start. Okay. The only way that, so this fails if it's greater than the maximum distance. The only way this fails so I'm going to have it count. Have it count the number of failures. All right. Right. Okay. So we can start with 0. And then let count equal that. I don't even need to do that. Equal 4. Nope, doesn't like it. Nope, because it. Oh, 4. Okay. If they all fail, they all give me true. So I'm going to call this, because if they all fail, then it's true. Otherwise, alright. Things are getting weird. So equals 4. And I hate that. It's a fixed number. do this. We'll do let locations equal that. Put locations in there, and then it has to equal locations dot length. There. Now we are not hard coding a size. Good. Little binding. So if distance formula test with maximum first second, then else then result plus 1. So it's going to sum up. Somebody somewhere is shouting at me. Who's shouting at me? Somebody is watching and saying, don't do it this way, do it this other way. But I'm not going to listen right now. You can put your comment down below, and I will fix it later. So if it fails that, then that's I'll call it failures. Just so we have we start with 0 failures. So we add up the failures, and then did I fail on everything? And if I failed on everything, then I failed overall. But if I did not fail on everything, then it's still a valid location. Generate islands. Distance. So I need my distance formula wrapped. Oh. Distance formula func, which is start with here. This is a killer. Alright, distance formula, which is takes a cell, or takes a maximum distance, and then puts it over there, and spits me out a bowl. Call it the distance formula test func. And my generate islands, I have a suspicion that somewhere I'm going to need this one as well. Then all I gotta do is pass the world size in. Build it and have it hate you. It's so true. So in my create world, I'm gonna pass that along. Okay. Things are getting so. This is how things get abstract, and we still have to. Oh, these things are wrong. It's expecting a different something. So then I need. What do we call you? Distance formula test wrapped, and I have to pass the world size. And now we should be cool. And it will reject. Things. Although, wouldn't it have worked before? It probably would have worked before. You know what I could have done? No, that's no good. No good at all. So, The other way I could have done is I could have put a template, but the template would be 10 by 10. Actually, no, it's worse than that. It'd be 20 by 20, and that is not what I care to do. So now, although it'd be a little subtle to notice at this point, oh, where's an island? This isn't as easy as I thought. Okay, find the island. Where are you? There you go. Whew. Welcome to the island. Of course, now I need. Okay, let's explore the whole thing. Yep. Found me an island. So but now, and then where's another island? Hey. Oh, see now. This is where it's not working correctly. So, how's it applying? The template's not getting applied right. We'll fix that right quick. So it must be in my island placement. Of course, I didn't measure. Am I too close there? So place island. Up. Up, up, up. There we go. My place at my map location. Yep, it's wrong. Alright. I need also my set visibility func. Need that there. We'll finish this up and then this will be the last thing we do because we can't have this. Set visibility func. It's going to be a set location func. I have that here somewhere, don't I? Where are you? Some location func. Someplace else, some location func. Well, let's go and find all the places where I'm using this. Event. So event handler handle event does it. I need that guy. I need this one. And so when I'm placing an island, rather than using that func, I'm going to use the sun locations func. That way it will allow me to wrap. But that means that the place where place island is used and I just put them willy-nilly. That's right. I just put them in whatever order I see fit. I'm not thinking about it at all. So the generate islands will do that, which means that my create func, create world, needs a some locations func. So that generate islands with all these cool functions. And then, create world. I've already got that one. And that goes there. Now you should work. And now I should go and that stuff again. Rolls 0, 0. Knew I should have left that there. Now, so I'll have to right at the top row here. So I should be able to go along. Yep. And this wraps around. So I'm on this side, and this is the bottom of the map. This is the top of the map. So it looks correct. And we're going to call it good. So what we managed to do here is we wrapped the world, and that's a good thing. It took longer than I thought it would. Well, yeah, I thought maybe a little bit less time, but it took about an hour, and that's okay. So, gotta leave again. I think next time. So now the world is generated. We'll update Trello while we're at it. So the ocean and the islands are. So ocean is done. Call this one done. And the exploration aspect, I am going to say, is complete. And the islands, island generation, we're done. So island, so I don't know. I don't know what's on the island. I don't know what we do on the island. But so we got some stuff done, and that's cool. And thanks so much for coming on this journey with me. And as always, keep the joy of functional game dev alive and well in your heart. And we will see you next time.